And welcome back. I'm joined now by Ms. Paula Peacock. She's UCP Client Services Director. That also involves special projects involving children. Welcome to the UCP telethon this year.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here with everyone.
I understand you have another very inspiring example on tape that's coming up in just a few seconds that illustrates how the donations, the pledges that are called in go toward serving persons that need these services right here in West Alabama, with the emphasis this time on how these donations fund services that are intended to help our young people in this area.
That's right. I have the privilege of working with children, youth, teenagers, and adults all over West Alabama in an extended day program, and also in a summer program. It's an inclusive program in that we have children of all ability levels in the program. But we had a letter from a mother recently telling us what UCP has meant in the life of her child and in their families' lives. And we just wanted to share this story with everyone, because this is what we are all about. And it's through donations. Our children's programs are funded through donations and through the kindness of our community. And so we wanted to share this story with everyone in Tuscaloosa.
By all means, let's see that tape now.
Dear Paula, I want to take a moment to try to let you know how much UCPWA has meant to our family. First, I would like to share a little background. This is provided not for sympathy, but for you to share with others who may not be familiar with the typical ups and downs of having a special needs family member. Jim and I are working parents. Our daughter, Jennifer, is our only child. Jennifer contracted Group B strep spinal meningitis at birth. This is a particularly nasty bug, as in addition to causing brain damage through swelling and inflammation of the brain, these bacteria actually eat the brain tissue. We were told she probably would not survive more than 48 hours. We were blessed, however, and Jennifer lived past that prediction. Jennifer suffered continuous seizures for the first 4 days of her life. She came home at 27 days old and on seizure medicines several times a day. One of her doctors told me that she would never hold her head up, never walk, never talk, and that she was probably deaf and blind. He said that we could take her home for a couple of months, and after that they would be glad to help place her in a facility. Paula, do you know that I actually physically shuddered when I typed that just now? When we were preparing to take her home, one of her other physicians called us aside and took a look at some of the MRI films on a whiteboard. As he explained, the central vesicles, the large pores in her brain, had closed, and he referred us to Children's Hospital in Birmingham for a normal complication of neonatal meningitis, hydrocephaly. At one point, a physician there gave us a paper measuring tape he had marked in 2 places with a black Sharpie pen. Measure her head every 2 hours. If she gets to this point, and he indicated a smaller mark on the measuring tape, call our office immediately. If she gets here, indicating the higher mark, call for a helicopter. I thought Jennifer's head was going to explode. I measured her head circumference hourly, just to be on the safe side. But we were blessed once again. Jennifer's central vesicles opened on their own, and her brain fluid began circulating, just days before a planned brain surgery. Phew! Jennifer was 40 days old. These days came and went, and I learned so many things those first few years. I learned to just march into the emergency room, past the triage station, and to state calmly but firmly, she is seizing right now as I hold her in my arms. We cannot wait at the desk. I learned to love Barney the dinosaur. A borrowed Barney videotape was the only thing that could get her eyes to track together that first year. We watched it often. I learned to mix a quarter cup of Karo syrup into a bottle of breast milk to help her bowels move. The amount of phenobarbital she was on to subdue seizures also subdued other necessary functions. I learned that all children, even special ones like my Jennifer, have personal likes and dislikes from birth. Jennifer adores music. As an infant, she was particularly fond of Joseph Handel's rhythmic cadence and anything by R.D. Shaw. Go figure. I learned that the title of the book, An Unplanned Journey, was real accurate. Well, we continued to be blessed. Despite the prediction at 7 months, she walked at 21 months. She started signing, and at 3 years old, the first signs were more, drink, and cookie. Then at about age 4, the first real spoken word came. Barney, of course. We continued to be blessed. Jennifer grew and blossomed and continued to amaze her father and I, physicians, and generally anyone who knew her. Finances required that I return to work when Jennifer was only 3 months old. With no family within 300 miles, we shuffled from daycare to daycare. Some would administer her seizure meds, most would not. We got Jennifer into an excellent early intervention school program in the mornings, and late afternoons were spent at a local church daycare. After 4 years, we were finally stabilizing, I thought. Then in 2003, Jennifer had a huge and horrible seizure at the early intervention school. 5 minutes, tonic-clonic. I believe they used to call them grandmas. When I told her church daycare about the incident, just to make them aware, Jennifer was asked to leave. I was lost. Jim travels for his work, and I have to work to pay for medical insurance and Jennifer's expensive medications, approximately $450 a month. I tried again, searching through lists of child care providers in our area. Apparently no one wanted to touch Jennifer with a 10-foot pole. I was still learning. I learned that disability prejudices based upon fear and ignorance still occur here in the good old US of A. Then we learned that the CARE program at UCPWA might have an opening. When I haltingly told the staff about Jennifer's condition and her recent flare-up of seizure activity, they did not blink. In fact, they smiled and told me it was perfectly fine. Jennifer was welcome at UCPWA. And I wept. Paula, I simply cannot tell you how much UCPWA's CARE program means to me. I know all the caregivers personally know my child, and I know that they love her. Having a safe and caring place for my child to be while I work is incredibly important, and the kudos for your staff and your program does not stop here. I want to specifically thank the staff who worked with the UCP Summer Care Program in 2005. The staff not only kept Jennifer safe and happy, but they worked with her on her language deficits. Her dad and I have been discussing this at length, and we are amazed. Jennifer has the same school teacher that she did last year, and she too is amazed. Here's why. As best we can figure, Jennifer went from about 10 spoken words in May of 2005 to about 50 spoken words in September of 2005. And I mean 50 words that are used often and correctly. Jennifer is talking. She had been at the 10 to 12 spoken word stage for about 2 years. years, and your staff's efforts got her over that plateau. UCPWA's efforts are literally changing her life. In fact, your efforts are changing all of our lives for the better. I am learning that I do not need to reinvent the wheel, and that I do not need to go through this unplanned journey alone. Thank you seems so inadequate. How do you thank someone for loving your child and giving you hope and strength to carry on? I have to stop writing now before tears of gratitude short out my computer keyboard. God bless you, UCPWA folks. He has blessed us by putting you in our lives. Thank you.